Predictions for life in the future have altered from flying cars and cyborg companions to more environmentally conscious models in light of growing concerns over climate change. One potential prototype for future living is the Waterpod. It's a barge powered by alternative energy sources that houses 4 people, 4 chickens, a hydroponic garden and a composting toilet. Let's go have a look. With me is John McGarvey, who's the Executive Director of the Waterpod. We're standing in the main dome at the moment. What is this made from?
This is all recycled material. These are old billboards that we acquired in New York City, cut up into geometric shapes, and then heat seamed together to make this wonderful performance lecture space.
One of the main features of the Waterpod is that it uses alternative energy sources. How is it powered?
Our main power supply comes from solar. We have 12 solar panels on the roof of the cabins. Then it goes through an inverter for AC and into battery storage. We have 7 large solar batteries, and that gives us enough power to operate anything we need, from chop saws, grinders, things to repair the ship. Everything short of a 220 welder we can operate.
So beyond the logistics, the environmental side of it, what about the social side? Where do you go to hang out in this place?
We hang out in the kitchen, as everyone does typically, but then afterwards, after dinner, we'll sit and relax and use our amazing art couch that we have.
Show us this art couch.
Oh my God, this is the best piece. This right here. Let me just show you. This is so good.
What are some ways that people can implement some of the systems that they see on the Waterpod in their own house?
Oh gosh, everything from composting, worm composting, a little more advanced sunfrost composting unit we have. Chickens. Chickens are legal in New York City.
What skills have you had to develop to stay alive on this thing?
The most dangerous aspect is the maritime nature of it, and I had some maritime skills, but not in this scale. The seas can get very violent, and we're moving many-ton steel-hulled barge. We could destroy a pier or a dock in a day if we had a malfunction of a line snapping.
And a lot of visions of the future involve robotics and flying cars and stuff. This is very much rooted in agriculture and self-sustainability. Mm-hmm. It seems like almost going back to the past.
In some visions of the future actually have a more agrarian society with extreme advanced technologies in the undercurrent that's barely detected. Although I would like a rocket car.
That would be awesome.
It would be awesome.
Waterpod, rocket car,
yeah.
The future.
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen of the Waterpod with the founder, Mary Mattingly. How did this whole project come about?
New York at the time, 3 years ago when I started planning this out, was not doing anything to think about sea level rise and what we would do. So I started to conceive of this idea of the Waterpod, where there would be a community of people, it would be a public space and a space that's a test, living sculpture, and a place where people can come on and experience what we are doing to make a sustainable system.
Does all your food come from the garden and the eggs from the chickens?
Not all of our food comes from the garden. At this point, we're at about 90% is coming from the garden and the eggs.
How long are you staying on the Waterpod in total?
We're staying on about 5 months in total.
And what's it going to be like when you go back to living in New York after such a simple existence here?
I'm a lot more conscious of resource use than I was. So because we monitor how much water we use and everything that comes on board has to be recycled.
So there you go, some tips for living in case things get a little bit water world. For more on the Waterpod, check out thewaterpod.org. I'm Ella Morton and you've been watching Rocketboom.